Do you have an old 1949 penny tucked away in a drawer, forgotten about for years? What if I told you that single coin could be worth up to $4 million? Yes, you heard that right, a single penny. Stick around because, by the end of this video, you'll know exactly why the 1949 Lincoln penny with no mint mark is so valuable, how to identify if you have one, and what makes it a prize among collectors. But first, let's dive into the story of why this unassuming coin has captured the attention of the numismatic world. Back in 1949, the United States was rebuilding from the effects of World War II. Everyday items, including coins, were practical tools for a growing economy. Little did people know, one tiny detail would make certain pennies from that year incredibly valuable decades later. Coins minted without a mint mark, those made in Philadelphia, were produced in vast quantities, but a few of them turned out to be special. These aren't your run-of-the-mill pennies. They're rare because of unique errors and high-quality preservation that drive collectors absolutely wild. Now, before we dig into what to look for, let me ask you this: have you ever thought a small mistake could change your life? Because that's exactly what we're talking about here. These pennies may look ordinary, but they contain secrets that could add an extra 0 or 2 to their worth. Here's what makes the 1949 no mint mark Lincoln penny such a hot commodity. First, its rarity. While millions of pennies were minted in Philadelphia, only a fraction have stood the test of time in pristine condition. Coins graded at MS 67 or higher by professional grading services can fetch jaw-dropping sums. Imagine holding a tiny piece of copper worth more than your car, or even your house, but rarity isn't enough. The second factor is demand. Coin collectors love a good story, and this penny has it all: history, mystery, and the thrill of the hunt. Owning one of these coins isn't just about money, it's about holding a piece of American history in your hands. Now, let's address the elephant in the room. How do you know if your 1949 penny is the one? The first step is simple. Grab a magnifying glass or even just your phone camera and inspect the coin closely. Does it have a clear, strong strike? Any unusual marks or features? If it looks ordinary, don't dismiss it yet. Many valuable coins hide their worth in subtle details that only an expert can spot. And speaking of experts, don't make the mistake of selling your coin without having it professionally evaluated. Here's a quick but important tip: always check for errors. Some 1949 pennies have minor doubling on the lettering or date, which can significantly boost their value. Others might have unusual toning or minting anomalies that make them unique. These details are like hidden treasures that could be worth thousands or even millions if authenticated. Still with me? Great, because here comes the exciting part. Let's talk dollars. Depending on its condition, a 1949 no mint mark penny can range from a few dollars for heavily circulated coins to tens of thousands for uncirculated specimens. But the Holy Grail? A penny that grades MS 67 or higher. These gems have been auctioned for six-figure sums, and in some cases, prices have reached into the millions. Now, I know what you're thinking. This sounds too good to be true. Can a penny really make me a millionaire? The answer is yes, but only if you act fast. The coin market is constantly changing, and values can skyrocket when demand surges. Don't let fear of the unknown hold you back. Your old coin could be the key to financial freedom, but here's the thing: timing is everything. The longer you wait, the more chances you give the market to shift. And don't forget, condition matters. Keeping that penny safe from damage could mean the difference between a big payout and a missed opportunity. Before we wrap up, let's leave you with one last cliffhanger. What if the 1949 penny in your possession is the next one to make headlines? Could you be the person who turns a 1-cent coin into a life-changing fortune? The only way to find out is to start looking, get it appraised, and take the next steps toward uncovering its true worth. Don't let this moment pass you by. Go check your coin jars, your old drawers, or even your grandparents' keepsakes. And when you find that 1949 penny, remember, it could be your ticket to the life you've always dreamed of. Take action today. The clock is ticking, and opportunities like this don't last forever. Imagine stumbling upon a single penny that could change your life forever. Yes, you heard that right. A single coin from 1967 without a mint mark could be worth up to $3.9 million. Why? Because it's not just any penny. It's a rare piece of history that collectors are willing to pay a fortune for. Stick with me, and by the end of this video, you'll know why this penny is so valuable and how you could potentially find one hiding in plain sight. Now, let's get into it. Before we dive into the fascinating details, let me ask you something. Have you checked your change lately? Or are you one of those people who toss pennies aside, thinking they're not worth your time? If so, you might want to rethink that habit, because that unimportant penny could be your golden ticket. First, let's set the stage. The year 1967 was a unique time in American coin history. The U.S. Mint was dealing with a coin shortage and decided to omit mint marks on all coins for that year. Mint marks, usually a tiny letter like D for Denver or S for San Francisco, indicate where a coin was made. Without them, identifying the origin of a coin becomes a mystery, and collectors love a good mystery. But here's the kicker, not all 1967 pennies are valuable. So, what makes some worth millions while others are just pocket change? Stay tuned, we'll reveal the answer soon. Here's the exciting part. Some 1967 pennies were struck with an error or anomaly during production. These mistakes make them incredibly rare, and rarity equals value in the coin collecting world. It could be a double die, where the design appears slightly doubled, or an off-center strike that gives the coin an unusual appearance. These errors turn an ordinary penny into a collector's dream. Now, let me hit you with a quick reality check. Finding one of these valuable pennies isn't easy. It's like searching for a needle in a haystack. But don't let that discourage you, the reward is worth the effort. Imagine the thrill of discovering that a coin you've had for years is worth more than a luxury car or even a house. Take a moment and think about how that would change your life. But how do you know if your 1967 penny is the real deal? First, grab a magnifying glass and take a close look. Look for errors like doubling in the lettering or unusual markings. You'll also want to weigh your coin. A standard penny should weigh about 3.11 grams. Any significant variation could indicate a valuable error. And here's a pro tip. Compare it to other pennies from 1967 to spot any differences. If something seems off, you might be onto something big. Alright, let's pause for a moment. If you're thinking, this sounds like a lot of work, let me remind you, we're talking about the potential to make millions of dollars from a single penny. A few minutes of careful inspection could lead to financial freedom. Now, doesn't that sound worth it? Here's where it gets really interesting. Once you suspect you found a rare 1967 penny, the next step is to get it professionally graded. This is where the real excitement begins. Grading experts will evaluate the condition and authenticity of your coin, giving it a score that determines its value. Coins in mint condition with clear errors are the ones that fetch those jaw-dropping prices at auction. And speaking of auctions, some of these coins have gone for millions. Yes, millions. Imagine the adrenaline rush of watching bidders fight over your penny. But don't stop here. Keep searching, keep learning, and keep dreaming. Rare coins like the 1967 no mint mark penny are out there, waiting to be discovered. The key is persistence. And remember, even if you don't find this particular penny, the knowledge you gain will help you identify other valuable coins. Who knows? Your next big find could be just around the corner. So, before you go, let me leave you with this thought: every penny has a story. Some tell tales of history, some of mistakes, and some of unimaginable value. Don't underestimate the power of what seems ordinary. That penny in your pocket could be the key to your dreams. Are you ready to take the first step and start searching? If you found this video helpful or inspiring, hit that like button and subscribe for more tips on uncovering hidden treasures in your pocket change. And if you think you found a valuable coin, share your story in the comments. We'd love to hear about your journey. Until next time, happy hunting. What if I told you that a single penny from 1979 could change your life forever? Imagine holding a coin worth $3.7 million in the palm of your hand. Sounds unbelievable, right? But for some, this tiny treasure is a golden ticket to wealth. So, could you be sitting on a fortune? Stick with me, and I'll reveal the secrets that make this humble penny worth millions. Trust me, you don't want to miss this. Oh, and by the way, when's the last time you actually checked your spare change? Don't worry, we all have that mystery jar somewhere. Let's rewind to 1979. The U.S. Mint in Denver was busy producing billions of Lincoln pennies. At first glance, these coins seemed ordinary, but as history has shown, not all pennies are created equal. Some coins bore subtle errors, rare mistakes that transformed them from pocket change into collector's gold. So, what makes the 1979 Lincoln penny so special? One word: anomalies. These could be anything from a double die error to an off-center strike or even a misaligned mint mark. These imperfections, invisible to the untrained eye, ignite a bidding war among collectors who see these flaws as priceless works of art. But here's where it gets exciting. There's one specific 1979 penny that could be worth up to $3.7 million. Why? Let's uncover the mystery together. Auction houses and private collectors are always on the hunt for rare coins, especially those with historical significance or unique errors. A verified 1979 Lincoln penny with the right anomaly can spark a bidding frenzy. In fact, a recent sale saw a similar penny fetch over $3 million, and experts believe the next one could break records. Now, here's the urgent part: coins like this don't stay hidden forever. The longer you wait, the slimmer your chances of cashing in on this opportunity. Check your old piggy banks, your grandparents' coin collection, even that forgotten drawer in your kitchen. You never know where treasure could be hiding. Step 1. Look for the D mint mark below the date. Step 2. Examine the coin for any unusual characteristics, such as a double image on Lincoln's profile or irregularities in the lettering. If you're unsure, get it professionally appraised. Opportunities like this don't come around often. The 1979 Lincoln penny isn't just a coin, it's a symbol of hidden potential. And who knows? The key to your wealthy lifestyle might already be in your pocket. Hit the like button if you're ready to find your treasure. Subscribe to Pawn Stars Coins for more secrets to turning your spare change into serious cash. And remember, the next time you see a penny, don't just walk by, pick it up. It could be the start of your millionaire journey. Do you have a penny in your pocket right now? What if I told you that one of those pennies could be worth up to $3.5 million? That's right, a single 1986 Lincoln penny without a mint mark is causing a stir in the rare coin market. Could you be holding one of the most valuable pennies in history? Before you dismiss this as wishful thinking, stick around, because this story could change your life. But here's the catch: most people don't even know what to look for. And the scariest part? You might have spent one of these rare pennies without ever realizing it. Imagine losing out on millions because of one overlooked detail. Let's make sure that never happens to you. When was the last time you really looked at a penny? Not just tossed it in a jar or used it to pay for coffee. Don't worry, I'm not here to guilt trip you about appreciating the small things in life. But after this video, you'll never look at pocket change the same way again. So, what makes the 1986 no mint mark Lincoln penny so special? To understand this, let's dive into the fascinating world of coin minting. Most pennies have a small letter indicating where they were made: P for Philadelphia, D for Denver, or S for San Francisco. But in rare cases, a mistake at the mint leaves the coin without this mark. In 1986, an unknown number of Lincoln pennies were released without the P mint mark. At first glance, they look like any ordinary penny. But collectors and numismatists know otherwise. This seemingly small error transforms a common coin into a treasure worth millions. And here's the kicker: their scarcity and demand have skyrocketed their value over the years. But wait, how do you know if you've got one? And even if you do, how can you make sure you don't get scammed when selling it? I'll answer these questions in just a moment. Here's a fun thought. What would you do if you suddenly found $3.5 million in your pocket? Pay off your mortgage? Travel the world? Or maybe just buy every penny you can find and start hunting for the next jackpot? Let me know in the comments below. Now, let's talk about identifying the 1986 no mint mark Lincoln penny. First, grab a magnifying glass or use your smartphone camera to closely examine any 1986 pennies you have. Look beneath the date on the coin. If there's no mint mark, you might just be in luck. But remember, condition matters. Coins in pristine, uncirculated condition fetch the highest prices. Here's where things get even more interesting. Some auction houses are actively seeking out these rare coins. In 2023, one such penny sold for $3.5 million at a high-profile auction. But don't rush to sell it to the first bidder. The rare coin market is competitive, and understanding the true value of your find is crucial. Think you found one? Before you start planning your millionaire lifestyle, there's one more critical step you need to take to avoid losing out on your coin's true value. I'll reveal it in just a second. Here's the bottom line. If you think you've discovered a 1986 no mint mark Lincoln penny, don't let it sit in a drawer gathering dust. Get it authenticated by a professional coin grading service. This step could mean the difference between a modest payout and a life-changing windfall. And remember, even if you don't find one today, don't be discouraged. Every coin collection started with just one penny. So, what are you waiting for? Start digging through your old jars, wallets, and dresser drawers. Your next penny could be worth more than you ever imagined. Don't forget to share this video with friends and family. You never know who might be sitting on a fortune. Hit that like button and subscribe for more life-changing tips on rare coins and hidden treasures. Stay curious, stay inspired, and I'll see you in the next video. Who knows? Your story might be the next one we share. Yes, a simple 1987 Lincoln penny, the kind you might find tucked away in an old jar or rolling around in your car. What if I told you that this seemingly ordinary coin could be worth up to $3 million? Sounds unbelievable, doesn't it? But before you rush to check your spare change, there are crucial details you need to know. Missing them could mean leaving a fortune on the table. Here's a question for you. Have you ever wondered why some coins fetch astronomical prices while others are barely worth their face value? The answer lies in rarity, demand, and a touch of history. And this 1987 penny, with its unique quirks and fascinating story, ticks all those boxes. Stick with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for and how to determine if you're holding a small fortune in your hands. Let's dive in. First, let's talk about why this particular penny is so special. The 1987 penny was minted in Denver, and millions of these coins were produced. So, what makes some of them worth more than others? It all comes down to errors and conditions. Coins with minting errors, like double dies, off-center strikes, or clipped planchets, are like the unicorns of the coin world. They're rare, they're sought after, and they command jaw-dropping prices at auctions. But here's the kicker, it's not just about errors. The condition of the coin, graded by experts, plays a massive role. Coins graded as MS67 or higher, that's mint state 67 for those new to the term, are what collectors dream of. In fact, a pristine 1987 penny in top condition recently sold for hundreds of thousands of dollars. Imagine that, a penny turning into the down payment on a mansion or a life-changing investment. And guess what? The next multi-million-dollar penny might be sitting in your collection right now. Now, let's address the elephant in the room. How do you know if your penny is worth more than pocket change? Start by examining the mint mark, that small D on the coin, and look for anything unusual. Use a magnifying glass or, better yet, a jeweler's loupe to spot details like doubling on the letters or numbers. Check for a glossy shine and minimal wear, as these are signs of a higher grade. And don't forget to weigh it. some rare coins were struck on the wrong metal, making them even more valuable. Before we move on, here's a quick humorous thought. Isn't it ironic that we've spent our lives walking past loose pennies on the ground, not knowing one could pay for a luxury vacation? Makes you think twice about ignoring that next coin you see, doesn't it? Now, here's where the story gets even more exciting. Once you've identified a potential treasure, the next step is grading and selling it. Professional coin graders, like those at PCGS or NGC, can authenticate and grade your coin. This step is crucial because a certified grade can multiply your coin's value exponentially. Once graded, you can explore selling it through reputable auction houses or online platforms where serious collectors are willing to pay top dollar. But here's the twist: the market for rare coins is always changing. What's worth $3 million today could be worth even more tomorrow as demand grows. That's why timing is everything. Don't wait too long to take action. Those opportunities might not last forever. Before we wrap up, let me leave you with this thought. What if the coin that could change your life is sitting in a dusty drawer or forgotten jar right now? Take the time to look. Because in the world of rare coins, knowledge is power, and taking action can lead to unimaginable rewards. We're diving into the story of the 1991 no-mint mark Lincoln penny, a coin that could transform your life in the blink of an eye. Are you sitting on a small fortune without even realizing it? Stay with me, and by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for. But first, let me ask you this: when was the last time you actually looked at the pennies lying around your house? Maybe in a jar, under your couch, or even in the glove compartment of your car. If you're like most people, you've probably never given them a second thought. What if I told you that ignoring those pennies could be the biggest financial mistake of your life? Intrigued? Good. Let's unravel the mystery of the 1991 no-mint mark Lincoln penny and why its value has skyrocketed to over $2.8 million. First, let's talk about why this particular penny is so valuable. The 1991 Lincoln penny was minted at various locations across the United States, like Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Normally, you'll find a mint mark on pennies, which indicates where the coin was produced. But on some extremely rare 1991 pennies, the mint mark is mysteriously missing. This anomaly makes these coins incredibly sought after by collectors and investors alike. Here's where it gets interesting. The absence of the mint mark wasn't intentional. It was a minting error, a rare oversight in the otherwise meticulous process of coin production. Now, collectors are scrambling to get their hands on these elusive coins. Why? Because rarity equals value. In the world of coin collecting, a minting error is like finding a unicorn. And the 1991 no-mint mark penny is the ultimate unicorn. Let me paint a picture for you. Imagine standing at an auction, holding this unassuming little coin. The room is buzzing with excitement. Bids are flying in from collectors all over the world. And then, the hammer drops. Sold for $2.8 million. What would you do with that kind of money? Pay off your mortgage? Travel the world? Or maybe start the business you've always dreamed of? Let that sink in for a moment. Before you start frantically searching through your coins, here's what you need to know. Not every 1991 penny without a mint mark is worth millions. To fetch top dollar, the coin must be in pristine condition, known as mint state. Think of it like selling a classic car: the better the condition, the higher the value. So, what does a mint state 1991 no mint mark penny look like? Crisp details, a shiny surface, and absolutely no signs of wear and tear. Have you seen a penny like that recently? If so, you might be sitting on a treasure. Now, let's get practical. How can you determine if your 1991 penny is the real deal? Start by examining your coins closely. A magnifying glass and a good light source will be your best friends here. Look for the absence of a mint mark. Next, check the coin's condition. If it looks promising, consider having it authenticated by a professional coin grading service. This step is crucial. A certified appraisal not only confirms your coin's authenticity but also significantly increases its market value. But don't stop there. Timing is everything in the coin market. As demand for rare coins continues to rise, the value of the 1991 no-mint mark penny could climb even higher. Imagine if you held on to your coin for just a little longer and its value doubled or even tripled. That's the kind of opportunity you don't want to miss. Before we wrap up, let's address the elephant in the room. You might be thinking, what are the chances I actually have one of these pennies? Fair question. The odds might be slim, but the potential reward is life-changing. And here's the thing, you'll never know unless you look. So, take action today. Dig through your drawers, check your jars, and inspect every penny you come across. The next time you're about to toss a penny aside, remember this, that little coin could be your ticket to a wealthy lifestyle. So, are you ready to start your treasure hunt? The clock is ticking, and every unexamined penny is a missed opportunity. Don't let this chance slip through your fingers. And if you do find a 1991 no-mint mark penny, let us know in the comments. Your story could inspire someone else to uncover their hidden fortune. 2020 could be the key to unlocking a fortune of up to $1 million. Yes, you heard that right, just one penny. But not just any penny. Today, we're diving into the incredible story of the 2020 mint mark Lincoln penny and why it's shaking up the coin collecting world. Imagine holding what seems like an ordinary coin, only to discover it's worth more than your car, your mortgage, or even your entire savings account. Intrigued? You should be. Now, before you dismiss this as too good to be true, ask yourself this: how many pennies have passed through your hands without a second thought? What if one of them was your golden ticket? Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for and how to determine if you're sitting on $1 million treasure. Let's start with the basics. The 2020 Lincoln penny was minted in Denver, and while millions were produced, a select few possess characteristics that make them exceptionally valuable. So, what sets these pennies apart? Two words: minting errors. Minting errors are like typos in the coin world. They're rare, unintentional, and collectors absolutely love them. On the 2020 penny, errors like double die obverse, off-center strikes, or die cracks can skyrocket its value. Imagine spotting a small imperfection that turns your 1-cent coin into $1 million masterpiece. Exciting, right? But here's the kicker: these errors aren't always easy to spot. They're often subtle, requiring a keen eye and sometimes magnification. Have you ever looked at a penny so closely that you could see Lincoln's beard? Well, now might be the time to start, and it's not just errors that collectors are after. The condition of the coin plays a huge role. A pristine, uncirculated 2020 penny can fetch a significant sum, even without errors. So, that old jar of coins collecting dust in your closet? It's not just loose change. It could be your next big payday. Quick pause here. Have you ever heard of the phrase, "Don't judge a book by its cover"? Well, don't judge a penny by its shine. Sometimes the dullest, most ordinary-looking coins hide the most extraordinary secrets. Let's keep going. Now, here's where it gets really interesting. The most valuable 2020 pennies have already made headlines, fetching jaw-dropping sums at auctions. And the market is only heating up. Why? Because demand for rare and unique coins is growing exponentially. Collectors and investors alike are vying for these hidden gems, driving up their value. The question is, will you let this opportunity pass you by? Think about it: every day, more coins are lost, damaged, or simply forgotten. The pool of valuable pennies is shrinking. That's why the time to act is now. If you have a 2020 penny or any other potentially valuable coin, don't wait. Check for those errors, evaluate its condition, and consider getting it professionally appraised. You never know, that little piece of copper could change your life. And before you go, let me leave you with this: what would you do if you found out your pocket change could make you a millionaire? Would you take action, or would you let it slip through your fingers? Don't be the person who hears about others striking it rich while you're still wondering, what if? So, grab your coins, start searching, and remember, fortunes are made not by those who dream but by those who take action. Until next time, happy hunting. Imagine holding a single penny worth more than a luxury car or even a dream home. Yes, a humble 1-cent coin that could potentially fetch you a life-changing $2 million. Could it be hiding in your pocket, your piggy bank, or an old drawer? Stay with me, and I'll reveal the incredible story behind the 1976 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny and why collectors are scrambling to get their hands on it. Don't miss this, your next big payday might just be a penny away. Start with intrigue. Describe how most pennies from the 1970s are overlooked as common change, but not this one. Set the scene of the mid-1970s when America was celebrating its bicentennial and Lincoln pennies were in every wallet. The coin's unusual feature is its lack of a mint mark, typically a small D for Denver or S for San Francisco. While some coins without mint marks are regular, this specific penny has something extraordinary about it. What if I told you that an oversight by the minting process has turned a simple penny into a golden opportunity? Think about this. One small coin could erase your financial struggles, fund your dream vacation, or even secure your retirement. Before you start dumping your change jar on the table, let me ask, do you even know where to look? Because finding the right penny is like finding a needle in a haystack, but way more rewarding. So, what exactly makes this penny worth millions? And could one be hiding in your house right now? Let's find out. Explain why the 1976 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny is so valuable. Highlight its rarity and the specific features collectors seek. The coin must be in pristine condition, known as mint state or higher. Mention how imperfections can greatly diminish its value, create excitement. Picture this. You're at an auction, and a single bid skyrockets to $2 million for a penny. That's the power of rarity, and it's why collectors are willing to spend fortunes on a single coin. It's not just a piece of metal, it's a piece of history. Incorporate urgency. But here's the kicker, these pennies won't stay hidden forever. The longer you wait to search your collection, the higher the chance someone else will cash in on the opportunity you missed. Use a humorous comment for a pattern interrupt. And let's be real, wouldn't it be better to discover you're a millionaire from a penny than from a distant prince in an email scam? So, how do you know if you've struck gold? And what's the next step to turn that penny into a fortune? Give actionable advice on identifying the 1976 no-mint Mark penny. Encourage viewers to examine the coin's year, condition, and design under proper lighting or magnification. Suggest tools like coin grading services to verify authenticity and value. Imagine the moment you realize you found the right penny. Your hands shake with excitement, and the world suddenly feels full of possibilities. This could be your reality if you take action now. Mention auction houses, reputable coin dealers, and online platforms like eBay. Warn about potential scams and the importance of working with trusted experts. Opportunities like this don't come often. That penny in your pocket could change your life forever. So, start your search today. Who knows, your journey to financial freedom might begin with the smallest coin in your collection. Don't keep this secret to yourself. Share this video with friends and family. Who knows, someone you know might be sitting on a goldmine. You're sorting through an old jar of pennies, the kind that's been collecting dust for years, when you spot a coin that looks different. Could it be? What if that humble penny you've ignored for decades is worth more than your car, your house, or even your retirement savings? Today, we're diving into the fascinating story of the 1986 Lincoln penny with no mint mark, a coin that's taking the numismatic world by storm and making headlines for selling up to $1.9 million. Yes, you heard that right, $1.9 million for a single penny. Don't believe it? By the end of this video, you'll not only believe it, but you might also be inspired to dig through your loose change, because this coin could be hiding in plain sight, right under your nose. Now, stay with me, because what I'm about to share could literally change your life. And let me tell you, there's a twist to this story that most people don't see coming. Let's set the stage. The year is 1986. Ronald Reagan is president, Top Gun is the #1 movie, and the U.S. Mint is churning out billions of pennies. But in the chaos of mass production, a small mistake occurs at the Philadelphia Mint. Some pennies are released with no mint mark at all. At the time, no one thought much of it. After all, it's just a penny, right? Fast forward to today, and that tiny mistake has become a treasure trove for collectors. Here's why. Coins without a mint mark are exceedingly rare and highly sought after. Combine that with the 1986 penny's historical significance and you have a recipe for skyrocketing value, but here's the kicker, not every 1986 penny without a mint mark is worth millions. Condition is everything. The coin's grading, which measures its quality, is what separates a $1 penny from a $1.9 million jackpot. More on that in a moment, but first, let me ask you, have you ever wondered if you've overlooked something valuable in your life? Maybe that drawer of coins you've been meaning to sort through. It's time to stop wondering and start acting. Here's where the fear creeps in. Every day, people unknowingly spend rare coins at face value, never realizing their true worth. Imagine handing over a $1.9 million penny for a pack of gum. It's a mistake you don't want to make. Now, let's talk specifics. How do you identify a 1986 Lincoln penny without a mint mark, and how do you determine its value? First, check the date on the coin. If it's 1986 and there's no tiny P under the date, you might be in luck. Next, examine the condition. Is it shiny, free of scratches, and well preserved? Coins in mint condition are the ones that fetch the highest prices, and here's a pro tip, don't clean your coins. Ever. Cleaning can damage the surface and significantly lower the value. Instead, have your coin professionally graded by a reputable service like PCGS or NGC. They'll assign a grade and help you determine its market worth, but here's where it gets exciting. The market for rare coins is hotter than ever. With collectors willing to pay top dollar, there's never been a better time to sell. In fact, auctions are reporting record-breaking sales, and your penny could be next. Imagine the thrill of seeing your old coin ignite a bidding war and transform your financial future overnight. Now, before we wrap up, let me leave you with this. Are you going to let this opportunity pass you by? That coin jar on your dresser or the pennies at the bottom of your purse might just hold the key to a life you've only dreamed of. Don't wait until it's too late. Start searching, start dreaming, and who knows? Maybe your next trip to the bank will end with a millionaire's check in your pocket. So, what's your next move? Tell me in the comments if you've ever found a rare coin or if you're about to start looking. Attention all treasure hunters. Did you know there might be a fortune hiding in your pocket change? Today, we're diving into the mysterious world of the 1989 no-mint mark Lincoln penny, a coin so valuable it could make you an instant millionaire. Yes, you heard that right, up to $1.7 million for a single penny. Sounds impossible? Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why this coin is worth a fortune and how to find out if you have one. Let's start with a quick story. Imagine a man named Jack. Jack was just like you, curious about the value of his old coins. One day, he stumbled upon a 1989 penny with no mint mark. At first, he thought, just another penny. But Jack decided to dig deeper, and what he discovered changed his life. That humble coin ended up fetching over $1 million at auction. Now, that could be your story too. So, don't miss a single second of what's coming up. But before we dive into the why and how, let me ask you something. When was the last time you checked your coins? Not just glanced at them but really examined them. Maybe it's time to take a second look, because you could be holding on to a goldmine without even knowing it. And no, I'm not exaggerating. Keep watching, and I'll prove it to you. Now, let's set the stage. In 1989, the United States Mint produced billions of pennies. Most of these were struck with a small letter under the date, signifying where the coin was minted. But every so often, a penny rolls off the press missing that crucial mint mark. This tiny omission turns an ordinary coin into a treasure. Why? Because errors like these are incredibly rare, and collectors go wild for them. But here's the kicker: not every 1989 penny without a mint mark is valuable. There's a secret sauce to identifying the million-dollar ones, and I'm going to share it with you. But first, let's pause for a moment. How many of you are feeling a mix of excitement and anxiety right now? Excited about the possibility, but anxious about whether you've already spent one of these pennies without knowing it. Don't worry, by the end of this video, you'll have all the tools you need to avoid that heartbreak. So, what makes the 1989 no mint mark Lincoln penny so special? It all comes down to rarity, demand, and condition. First, rarity. Errors like these happen by accident, and only a few slip through the cracks. Second, demand. Collectors are willing to pay a premium for unique coins to complete their collections. And third, condition. A pristine coin graded by a professional organization can fetch astronomically higher prices than a worn one. Speaking of condition, if you're wondering how to get your coins graded, stay tuned because I'll cover that too. Now, I know what you're thinking. Okay, but how do I know if my 1989 penny is one of the valuable ones? Great question. Here's your first clue: flip your penny over and examine the front side closely. Is there a small letter D or S under the year? If not, congratulations, you might have a no mint mark penny. But don't celebrate just yet, there's more to check, and here's where the story gets interesting. Did you know that even tiny scratches or discoloration can significantly impact a coin's value? It's true. Imagine finding out you have a $1 million penny, only to learn it's worth less because it's been damaged. That's why preservation is key. Keep your coins in a safe, dry place and avoid handling them directly. Trust me, your future self will thank you. Before we get to the grand finale, let's talk about grading. Grading is like the report card for your coin. It tells buyers exactly what they're getting and can be the difference between a few $100s and $1 million. Companies like PCGS and NGC are the go-to experts in coin grading, and submitting your coin for evaluation is simpler than you might think. I'll link some helpful resources in the description, but now, the moment you've been waiting for. What's the current market value for a 1989 no mint mark penny? While most of these coins sell for a few $1,000s, a flawless, mint condition example recently sold for a jaw-dropping $1.7 million. Yes, $1.7 million for a single penny. Let that sink in for a moment. Imagine what you could do with that kind of money. Pay off your mortgage, travel the world, or retire early. The possibilities are endless. So, here's my challenge to you: go through your coin jar, your wallet, even that old box of trinkets in the attic. Look closely at every 1989 penny you find. Remember, treasure hunting isn't just for pirates, it's for anyone willing to take a closer look. And who knows? You might just uncover a life-changing fortune. Before we wrap up, let me leave you with this thought. Every great treasure hunter starts with curiosity and a little bit of courage. Don't let doubt or procrastination rob you of the chance to uncover something extraordinary. The next time you hold a penny in your hand, ask yourself, could this be the one? Are you sitting on a fortune without even knowing it? What if I told you a single penny from 1991 could change your life forever? That's right, a 1991 D mint mark Lincoln penny has sold for as much as $1.5 million. Stick around, because today we'll uncover exactly what makes this penny so valuable and how you can find one of your own. And trust me, you don't want to miss this. Let's start with a story. Imagine an average American family cleaning out their attic, stumbling upon an old jar of coins. Among them, a dusty, forgotten penny. They almost toss it back, thinking, it's just a penny. But something about it catches their eye. That tiny detail ends up changing their lives forever. Could this be you? Don't wait until it's too late, you could be sitting on a goldmine right now. Here's the deal. The 1991 D mint mark Lincoln penny is no ordinary coin. The D stands for Denver, where the coin was minted. What sets this penny apart are rare errors and specific features that make collectors willing to pay unimaginable amounts for it. Some of these features are so subtle you might miss them if you're not paying attention. But don't worry, I'll guide you through what to look for. Now, before I reveal the secret features of this penny, let me ask you something. When was the last time you actually looked closely at your loose change? Think about it. We've all been guilty of throwing coins into a jar, forgetting they exist. But that jar could hold your key to financial freedom. Pause for a moment and imagine, one penny, one discovery, could be worth millions. Alright, back to the 1991 penny. The first thing collectors look for is a striking error, such as double die obverse, where the lettering or design appears doubled. These errors occur during the minting process and make the coin incredibly rare. Then there's the condition. A pristine penny with no scratches or wear can fetch much higher prices than one that's seen some rough times. Oh, and here's a pro tip, keep an eye out for unusual coloration. A coin struck on the wrong material can skyrocket in value. Now, you might be thinking, how do I even spot these things? Don't worry, we'll get to that. Speaking of spotting things, do you know what else people miss? Opportunities. Let me give you a little wake-up call. Right now, someone, somewhere is holding a 1991 penny worth millions, and they don't even know it. Don't let that be you. Take a good look at your coins. The chance of a lifetime could be hiding in plain sight. And hey, while we're at it, drop a comment below if you've ever found a coin you thought was valuable. I'd love to hear your stories. So, how do you determine if your penny is one of the rare million-dollar treasures? First, invest in a magnifying glass. You'll need it to examine the details. Look for doubling in the lettering, particularly on the words, "In God We Trust," and "Liberty." Next, check the date and mint mark. The D should be clear and well-defined. If you spot any errors or anomalies, it's time to get your coin appraised. And here's the kicker, always consult a trusted numismatist. They can verify the coin's authenticity and guide you on its value. Now, let's pause for a second. You're probably wondering, why haven't I heard about this before? Well, that's the thing about rare coins, only a small percentage of people know their true worth. But now that you're in on the secret, you have a choice. Do you keep ignoring your spare change, or do you take action and start looking for your own treasure? Before we wrap up, let me leave you with this. There are stories of people who found rare coins in the most unexpected places, garage sales, thrift stores, even tucked away in an old piggy bank. These stories aren't just coincidences. They're proof that fortune favors the prepared. So, the next time you're about to walk past a jar of coins, stop and take a closer look. You never know what you might find, and here's a little bonus for those who stayed until the end. Coming up, I'll be sharing insider tips on where to sell your rare coins for the highest value. So, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. You won't want to miss it. Where we uncover the hidden treasures that could change your life. Today, we're diving into one of the most overlooked yet potentially life-changing coins you might have in your pocket right now. Imagine this, a single penny that could be worth up to $1.2 million. Yes, you heard that right. Let's talk about the 2003 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny and how it could pave your path to wealth. Let's start with a story. A man in Kansas recently discovered an old coin jar while cleaning out his attic. Among the dozens of ordinary pennies, there was one that caught his eye, a 2003 Lincoln penny with no mint mark. He almost tossed it aside, thinking it was just a regular coin. But something made him pause. What he found next left him speechless. More on his incredible discovery in just a moment. Before we dive deeper, ask yourself this: when was the last time you really looked at the coins in your wallet? Could you be sitting on a fortune without even knowing it? Let's uncover the secrets of the 2003 no-mint Mark penny and why collectors are willing to pay up to $1.2 million for this seemingly ordinary coin. First, let's explore what makes this penny so special. The 2003 Lincoln penny was minted in the millions, but there's a key detail that sets a few of them apart: the lack of a mint mark. Typically, Pennies minted in Philadelphia don't carry a mint mark, so you're probably wondering, what's the big deal? The magic lies in its rarity and condition. Pennies with flawless surfaces, sharp details, and no signs of wear can be graded as MS-70, the holy grail of coin collecting. Here's where things get exciting. In 2022, a 2003 no-mint mark penny in near-perfect condition sold for over $1 million at auction. Imagine turning a 1-cent coin into a 7-figure payday. That's not just life-changing, that's the kind of story legends are made of. Now, you might be thinking, how do I know if my penny is the real deal? Don't worry. I'll guide you through the steps to identify and evaluate your coins in just a minute, but first, let me ask you this. What would you do if you discovered your penny was worth $1 million? Pay off debt. Travel the world. Maybe buy that dream house you've always wanted. Keep that vision alive because we're just getting started. Now, back to our Kansas friend. He had his 2003 penny professionally graded and certified, and to his astonishment, it was deemed one of the finest examples ever found. When it hit the auction block, bidding was fierce. Collectors from around the world competed for a chance to own this piece of history. The final hammer price? $1.2 million. And to think, it had been sitting in his attic for years. So, how can you spot a valuable 2003 no-mint mark penny? First, grab a magnifying glass and examine the coin's condition. Look for a sharp strike, bright luster, and no visible scratches or wear. If it looks pristine, it might be worth sending to a professional grading service. And here's a pro tip: coins found in sealed rolls or collections are more likely to be in top condition. Still not convinced? Here's a quick reality check. Rare coins are in high demand, and prices are climbing every year. In fact, experts predict the market for collectible coins could double in the next decade. Don't let this opportunity pass you by. Your penny could be the key to a better future. Before we wrap up, let's address a common fear. Some of you might be thinking, what if my coin isn't worth anything? Let me tell you this, the only way to know for sure is to take action. Check your coins, do your research, and get them evaluated. Because the worst case scenario? You've lost nothing. But the best case? You've gained everything. As we close, here's your call to action: go through your coins today. Look for that 2003 no-mint mark penny. Your future self might thank you. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with anyone who dreams of turning pocket change into a fortune. One final thought. Imagine holding a $1.2 million penny in your hand. Imagine the doors it could open and the life it could create. That dream isn't as far away as you think. So, what are you waiting for? Go find your treasure.